What's up, Shadow Pit? Damian Vargas was cracking on me. Now. T-Mac, what's up, man? Osito, Big June, MHS 415, B-Lo, Frontline Soldier, Patrick Adams, Jay, Big June, Hypervigilance, what's cracking? Now, you guys know I've been staying away from this topic right here, man, but my boy Joshua just called me and I agreed to just give some clarity about a few things, man. And that's what I'm gonna do. Josh, I'm gonna drop the link on me. Mob Entertainment, what's going on, man? Schizophrenic, Bilo, Jesse Ramirez, Ray G Fizzle, Junior ASAP, Big Moves, Slim 916, the Sack Daddy 916, JP. So are you saying this is an exclusive? Oh man, I don't do exclusives no more, Shadow Pitch. You know that. They didn't fuck that up, homie. They blew exclusives out the water, man. That made it a bad thing. What's up, Lupe? Cupstero, what's up, man? Guess I should drop this link. Sucker Free, what's up, man? Slow relaxing jams. I was gonna do a live later on tonight, man. I know it's been a minute. Shit, man. A lot going on this week, man. And Inner Demons, putting Inner Demons out. As soon as I get done with this video, I'm gonna cut the next Inner Demons video. And I'm working on a profile that I'm trying to get out to you guys, man. Homeboy 1083, what's up, man? M Star Media, Lodi 209, Lucio Alvarez, OC 714. Who said? Where's your bro at, man? Where's Brody at? Papa. What you guys got going on this Friday, man? Still gonna slide through later on and probably do a live tonight. Try to find out when Jerry wants to jump back on. Whether he decides to get on later on or not, I'll still be coming through. We'll see. Possibly with Sandman. Depends on what's going on. What's up, Al A? Have you ever heard of Ramos? Factor trying to unite the beef. Yeah, I've heard of them. What is World? It's like they came out and disappeared, man, quick. They fizzled out, and I don't know about being really a factor, man. it was like for a brief minute they came on and did their thing, man, and then they just kind of disappeared, man. What's up, Raymond M? Gabriel Avila? How you doing, Maxine? What's the word, man? I'm waiting for Joshua to jump on. Like I said, man, I've been trying to stay away from this whole state, federal thing, for my own reasons. Just kind of letting them work their own politics out. They don't need there's just a lot going on right now, man. My main thing is letting these guys fight their case and not jumping to conclusions or putting out bad information or drawing conclusions about people's status, because I've been in that situation before. I've said it. I said it numerous times, man. What's up, Artie? Tiny Two Angels. Even Jerry jumped on, touched on it as well, man. So I try to stay away from that stuff because I've been a victim of it before and I know how it feels, man. But like I said, good looking out, John. Appreciate you, man. Talking to Josh right now. I felt like it was probably best to have an open conversation on YouTube. Plus, he suggested that we do a quick live, just kind of touching on some of the issues that a lot of you been asking about and some recent developments, man. So I'm gonna stay true to my word, and I'm gonna kind of stay out of this stuff, man. But I'm gonna touch on it real quick, and that's it, man. That's what it is. That's right, M-Star Media. Homie Hangout, man. I dropped the link 40 minutes ago, boy. There you go again. You ain't learned about being punctual, homie? How many essays you write? I'm fucking with you, man. Hey, hold on real quick. Hey, Josh, I'm going to let you in, but hold up 1 second.
No, I'm going to talk my shit now that you walked away. So, Boxer and I had an agreement to come on at 12 noon. Right now, it is 12 noon, my time. So the fact that he's been on here 8, damn near 9 minutes, I mean, that's on him. I think he wanted to hop in early and say hi to you guys. That's what I think it was. Oh, my guy. Salute to everybody. See some names in here that's familiar that I haven't seen in a while. Hope you guys are all doing well. Yeah, man. So, what's up, Box?
Oh man, man, just trying to put something together, man. This last couple weeks, bro, it's been hectic, man.
I hear you. Hey, real quick before we get into this, Wedo's World, man, I forgot all about that. To be quite honest with you, I think I'm gonna record that video after this. I got an MS one I'm trying to get done, but I'll touch on
your fucking brocha, bro.
Oh, it got trimmed. I went to the same barber you go to, man.
Somebody asked if you can't grow one like this. Someone asked if you got some bubble gum in your shit. You can see all your motherfucking chiclets now, homie.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You can see all your chiclets, man.
I'm still getting some work done, but yeah, they look better than they did when I started.
That's yes, sir.
Sure. So we talked briefly on the phone, but we didn't even get into kind of the whole conversation, just enough to realize that this would be a cool conversation to have with people, especially because this Chuco subject has been kind of beat to death and stuff. So how you want to do this?
Same way that same way you did. Bring, you call me. What's up, Josh?
All right. So I got some questions. I've heard some things. I'm going to share what I've heard, and then it has relations obviously to the NF and Constitution and different stuff. So this is just brainstorming, right? It's a lot of hypotheticals, but so word is being put out there, right? And a lot of people have already heard this, so, but I'm feeling some stuff. So word is being put out there that Chuco and Duck and Matt and Gente are all no good, right? Now, two of those people make sense to anybody that's kind of paying attention as to why their status is what it is. I mean, Gente's been stabbed a bunch in Santa Rita. He never told on anybody. He never debriefed, but perhaps he's in trouble for other politics, right? Or whatever. I don't know. I'm not really a big deal on that one. But in terms of Chuco, so it's being said that he's no good, right? But that word supposedly, this is just supposedly, the feds and state are working on, are communicating. And I've heard that rumor before. I don't know if this is a continuation of the first time I heard it, but I have gotten it now from a reliable person that state fed conversation is happening, at least in terms of some folks at Santa Rita, right? Just so everybody knows, Matt and Duck are at Santa Rita. Gente was at Santa Rita. Chuco is not at Santa Rita. Chuco's in Atwater with all the rest of the people caught up in this recent indictment, right? So, yeah, Jay, that one. And so it's being said Chuco's no good, right? And that Chuco's no good from both the state and the Fed, right? This is a joint communication because the Fed and the state are communicating. Now there's people that say that they're linked up with the state who also say that Chuco is no good. My question is this. Well, I have a few questions, but what we do know for a fact is that when Chuco goes to court, which he does often, with the rest of the folks in Atwater, the rest of the people indicted, there's not enough holding tanks to put all of them in individually. He is in the holding tank with other people he is indicted with at the same time. We also know that not any of the people that have been indicted in that indictment, up until this point at least, are cooperating with the government in this indictment. That's just true. And Chuco goes out to court with these dudes. He's in the holding tank with these dudes. They ride the bus together. So there is opportunity for the rest of the folks indicted, or some of the folks indicted, to whack Chuco if they wanted to, right? That opportunity presents itself. And yet they've chosen not to. So my questions are, A, isn't it, I know there was a mix up in terms of Constitution. I was never an NF member, and so I try to stay in my lane when it comes to mob stuff. But originally the Constitution, or prior to Black Widow, the Constitution has said that the leadership has to remain in the Bay, and that the leaders and that anybody that's indicted is incommunicado while they're indicted, because of obviously the increased scrutiny, right? That's what it said before Black Widow, right?
That's right.
Okay. And then because of Black Widow, uh, you had leadership that went to Santa Rita, obviously, right? They were indicted, but they had enough NF members along with them to be able to change the Constitution according to how the Constitution says it can be changed.
That's
And,
correct.
and part of the part of the changes that they made was that the leadership does not have to reside in Pelican Bay. The leadership is where the generals are, and that the leadership is not necessarily incommunicado when they're indicted, right? Or is that correct or no?
That what? That was the last part?
That that people are not necessarily incommunicado when they're indicted.
Not necessarily, no. Depends on the circumstances. In this situation, they weren't completely incommunicado, no.
Okay. So let's say that the feds in the state are talking, right? And so Chuco has been deemed over some politics, right? Not because he's telling or anything else, but he's deemed over politics, which I guess could make sense given all the shit that's happened, right? That's not far fetched. So, and the state supposedly has agreed to this, like, hey, we agree, right? I'm wondering if you think, could the dudes in the feds, considering that they have always viewed themselves as the leadership of the mob, they've never relinquished that as far as they're concerned. Do you think they could have established a whole separate line of communication to the state and basically bypassed the dudes that are indicted down in Atwater right now?
It's very possible. I mean, just based on what's happened, that's already it was already happening with Mateo and Baby Joker and some of the other C's that were supporting them. So that I mean,
Okay.
that had already happened.
Okay. So then the state could be saying Chuco's no good in agreement with the feds, right? Like everybody agrees. But it would stand to reason the dudes in Atwater must know that, but like I'm guessing that they're not 100% out of the loop. Like them dudes have some supporters running around somewhere. So you think it's reasonable that the indicted cats in Atwater are aware of this whole Chuco's no good thing?
Oh, definitely. I mean, saying that Chuco, if they're saying that if that's what they're saying that he's no good, it doesn't necessarily mean he's telling.
Right.
You guys got to remember all the stuff that was happening prior to the indictment hitting. All the back and forth, the backbiting and the accusations that were made against Corny and Skip,
Right.
and some of those things right there amount to explosion, bro.
Yeah.
So it's not a stretch. I'm sure they knew, a lot of those guys over there knew, especially when all this shit started happening and shit started getting real. A lot of these younger C's probably started they probably started sliding back, and but they knew that these guys were gonna get deemed. They were getting deemed, and they were probably throwing them under the bus. Hey, we were following their directives. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Chugo, Conejo, DC, whoever else was pushing that line. This was coming from them. This was the line they were pushing, man. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I believe, they knew, and they had their contacts. There's still guys over there that are in the state that are still playing both sides, man. They're
Gotcha.
doing what they got to do to get by in the state, but they're also reaching out to the feds and making sure that they're linked in and they're in good standings. They're covering their own asses. You know what I mean? So those things are I mean, it's a lot of it's common sense, man.
Right. And so, right. So and that's one of the things that I have been saying was the only thing I knew that was that Chuko wasn't cooperating. He hadn't debriefed. He's not telling in this case. In terms of anything else, all I know is he ain't flipped, right? And that is still true to this day. If that's true tomorrow or not, who the fuck knows? But in keeping with that, so do you think that some of the folks that are indicted also are going along with and are in agreement that Chuko's no good, but don't want to make a move on him because they're in the middle of an indictment with that dude? He's labeled as a general in that indictment, and if you whack him over politics, there's a much higher chance that he's going to flip and cooperate, right? And
Without a doubt, man.
So they could be like, "Hey, you're right. Chuko's no good. We're just choosing not to touch him," and that doesn't put them in a bad spot with this other line of communication that the feds have, or the feds. They would understand. Yeah, man, you ain't trying to whack nobody.
They understand, man. Anybody that's been indicted knows. You know, when my case first started to gain some traction, man, and they started putting more people in, and people started making statements. I knew people were telling before the paperwork even came out. Lawyers have a, you know, in those kind of cases, man, lawyers there's some crafty motherfuckers, man, and they're able to fucking find shit out but my thinking while I was still in good standings, when I was still in I was still running the jail and I was still in good standings, there was a lot of cats that I knew were cooperating, but my thing was leave them the fuck alone, man. I got enough motherfuckers telling on me right now. I'd already had Conejo and like 7 other cats that gave statements against me. One of them was on the fucking tier with me, bro. And you know, my personal thinking was I want to smash this motherfucker, bro, because he implicated my lady too, right? But at that time, it wasn't in my best interest to do that, because if you start getting rid of these dudes before the trial's over, these are potential cooperators that you're going to create.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're going to create more cooperators, because, I mean, 9 times out of 10, when dudes are in this situation, it's a stressful enough situation to be in. But when you blast them, when you remove them, then they're going to be in a position where, like, fuck, what I got to lose, man? I'm already in bad standings, so I might as well try to help myself. Doesn't that one sound familiar? You know what I'm saying? But that's what happens, man. That's what happens.
So, and this is a stretch, right? Because it kind of requires getting in the mind of somebody else, which neither one of us can do. But do you think? I'm trying to sit out here and the lights are messed up. Do you think that that maybe Chuko's holding off? I don't know. I guess there's a couple options, right? Maybe he hasn't cooperated just because it at this point it's not in his DNA to cooperate, right? Which we know can change, right? But or do you think he's thinking, man, if I could just make it through this indictment, demonstrate that I kept it solid through this indictment, perhaps I can resurrect my career, or I can go somewhere, like I can keep a following, or I'm just wondering if you have any thoughts on what might be running through his head. Because on one level, if you're a lifer and you've made this commitment to the mob, but you know clearly these dudes are not going to accept you, right? Um, that's that's a decent incentive for a lot of people to be like, man, fuck it, what am I going to go? You know what I mean? What am I going to go through this for? But he's already a lifer, so I'm guessing he's a lifer, right? So
Yeah, but I mean, what you said initially, bro, about his thinking. Of course, that's again, it's common sense. You're in that situation, you know what I mean. Whatever reason you get thrown into question, right? You got a black cloud over you, whatever. You're under investigation. Of course, you're gonna think, if I keep it solid and I take this on the chin, how is that gonna benefit me in the long run? But at the same time, what are the allegations against him? And there's some pretty serious allegations, bro.
right,
He's being accused of being a renegade, right? He's being accused of basically taking the organization hostage, um, being involved in a what do they call it, a coup, bro? You know what I mean? Where they took the state and delegated their own leadership and basically took them hostage and turned them against the feds, almost created a civil war,
right,
right? Those are serious allegations right there, man. And then the personal stuff, the personal attacks that he
right.
made against those individuals, those ain't the type of cats that forget about shit like that. I'm not saying that it's they don't have enough character to let shit go when it's in the best interest of the organization, but those are some personal attacks, man, and they're not gonna let that go. You know what I mean? Calling for those guys to be removed. Um, Chuco, man, with all due respect to him, his whole claim to fame is Brown Bob.
Right.
He ain't done shit for the organization outside of that. He wasn't even involved in that homicide. He sat a block down and watched it happen.
Yeah.
That's his whole claim to fame right there, bro. So how he feels like he came, how he's got all this leverage to make all these moves, man. It's crazy, bro. You know what I mean? It's crazy, but um I was gonna say, man, when you said he's got a life sentence. That's true, right? But you got to look at it like this too, man. I don't know what he's doing. I still can't speak on it. I don't know if he's cooperating. That's his business, man. You know what I mean? But just a hypothetical. Take Chuko out of it. If there's somebody that's cooperating
Yes.
in this case and they got a life sentence,
Yes.
the feds have the power to have that state case commuted.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, throw it away. Throw it away and resentence him on a federal case, on a federal indictment, right? And send him back out to the streets. So
That's true.
that's a pretty good that's some pretty good motivation right there for a lifer. You know what I'm saying? The feds got a lot of latitude to will and deal. So for
That's
those
true.
for those of you guys that are thinking, hey, homeboy got life or these guys got life, man. You, 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 these guys are sentenced under the state right now, but now they're indicted under a federal indictment. The feds can have that state case commuted, and then that basically gives them jurisdiction over the case, and they will and deal with them, and they can give them 5 years, 10 years. They can give them a release date, throw them in the WITSEC program, and cut them loose. So there's incentive, man.
Yeah, the feds can turn around and say, you know what? We're gonna sentence you to 5 years, but we want you to come serve that 5 years with us. And so skip the state stuff. They could do it a lot of ways, right? Sometimes they'll say, hey, um, you caught this federal sentence, wheel and deal with us. Maybe you could do that time in the state. You don't have to come do it in the feds, right? Or hey, you can You can come do the time in the feds, right?
You
Which is a
guys
little bit
crazy, man.
lighter. And so yeah, they have a lot of action. And then also I don't know um if Chuko's doing life without, but somebody made a good point of
No, he's not
comment.
doing life without. He's doing 25 to life.
Yeah, I think it was Weather's
Bad Boy
World.
got 50. Bad Boy and Dreamer got 50 to life. He got 25 to life.
Okay, so I think it was Weather's World, but somebody in the comments, I kind of real quick, had said because he didn't pull the trigger, that's a pretty good incentive to get a date cooperating in the feds, and that's technically true too. Now somebody had said, hey, don't people secretly cooperate? What I'll say about that is this, and I know Boxer, you've touched on it, I've touched on it. Just a quick refresher of how things work, right?
Can't do it on StreamYard, Renee
Yeah.
Q. I hear you though. Later when I do a Spencer, but when I do a premiere or live, I'm gonna wrench a bunch of you guys up, man, which might be later on today or
There you
this
go.
week sometime. So it's all
Um,
good.
and so what happens is, and like I said, I know both of us have talked about it, but just to catch up, there's a joint defense agreement that attorneys sign on to on behalf of their clients, right? So when attorneys, it's a legal document, right? It's not just a, hey man, we got a cool understanding. It's a legal document that says we are all going to work together in the defense of this indictment, right? Now, if somebody starts cooperating with the feds in that indictment, their attorney has to pull out of that joint defense agreement because now you're basically like a spy. And legally, you can't be a spy in that setup, right? So that's why I can come on here with the confidence and say that up until this point, Chuco has not cooperated in this indictment, right? I can also say that Chuco has not debriefed um, because if he had debriefed, his attorney would know about it. And yeah, I can say with confidence he has not debriefed and he has not cooperated in this indictment. Now, that does not mean that an individual has never cooperated with the government in any situation. That means that you're not cooperating in this indictment. But I also know that he didn't cooperate in anything with Gente, right? He didn't. If there was nothing that Chuco said or did, I don't know if Chuco said anything, but regardless, Chuco was not a factor in Gente's conviction either. Um, and so yeah. And did he tell on something 20 fucking years ago? Who knows? I'm not saying that he did. I'm not saying I can't say for certain. But I can say for certain that up until this point, he has not cooperated in this indictment and he has not debriefed. And that's all I've ever said. If you listen to my comments on this shit, that's all I've ever said. So that's how we know that right now he's not cooperating with the feds, right? Now the feds can flirt. They can come and ask you if you want to. They can start to kind of push buttons, but when you get to the point of saying, "Yeah, man, I'm gonna sign off," I'm gonna work with the feds. You got to get pulled out of the joint defense agreement, and that's not his decision. That's his lawyer's decision. And ain't no lawyer in their right mind gonna sacrifice their career over some shit like this, right? Um, and so I've hesitated on saying some of this stuff, like bringing up the other names and that sort of thing. But there's so much information being put out there that I thought, and I had kind of rapped with some people, and there was a consensus with other folks that have interests in this indictment that have nothing to do with cliques or gangs or mobs or groups or whatever, to kind of clarify some of this shit.
That's
And
right, Miguel. Appreciate you, man.
and it's all basically getting thrown out there anyways, right? And so might as well line it out in a way that's factual and then throw some of those questions at you, Box, because you know better about NF stuff and constitutions and how that shit works, obviously, than I do. Um, so yeah, that's where this came from.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and so, but everybody still to this day, everybody that was signed on to the joint defense agreement at the beginning is still signed on. There is one individual who I'm not going to name and probably nobody fucking heard of anyways. There's one individual that was caught up in that indictment who is a very low level person with very minimal attachment to any of this shit. Like, he just got caught up in the net, but he's hanging on by a string. He doesn't know nothing about nothing. And so his attorney did not sign on to the joint defense agreement. But
Atari Hanzo, good looking out, man.
But not because he's cooperating. It's because his case is not that complicated. His attorney's looking to just plead him out and be done with it. They don't have anything to get into this big legal defense about because their dude's not a factor like that. He doesn't have any discovery or anything else that makes him relevant. So he is not part of the joint defense agreement, but it's not because he's cooperating. It's because there's ain't no need. He's going to be over with this shit soon. Everybody else is still signed on, which means none of those people are cooperating with the feds at this point. None of us tell the future, but at this point, no. There are people cooperating with the feds, don't get me wrong, but they're not indicted with this group. So hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know, man. There's I understand the a lot of people want to know what's going on with the case, man. I get it, man. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of us that know a lot of these guys personally, and it's a hot topic, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's also a real life situation for some people, man. You know what I mean? So, initially, I had got into that conversation myself and was freely speaking on it. But then there came a point where I was like, man, I've been a victim of this same shit. So I'm just gonna remove myself from that conversation. However it plays out, we talk about it when it's all over and done, man. We'll talk about who went out ass backwards and who held their mud and who did what and what happened when they hit the feds. And there's still a lot of shit that's gonna happen, man. You know what I mean? But me personally, that's why I backed up from this conversation, man, because
right.
Talking about the case, Operation Quiet Storm, how it unfolded, how the feds how they dropped this case and just the politics. Those are things that can be talked about, man. But when it comes to speculating or who unless I see something, man, that's definitive where I can black and white and I know 100% because I fell into the trap of listening to other people before and it fucked my credibility up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a stickler when it comes to that shit. I'm not gonna say nothing unless I know it for a fact, man. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, I put my confidence in other people before, and it's had an effect on me. So I don't do that no more. You know what I mean? There's plenty of other people that put information out there, and that's to each his own, man. But as far as who's doing what, a lot of you guys haven't been in that situation. I support Matt, Mateo. Whatever they're doing to help themselves or whatever they're doing, hey man, they're in a real life situation. You got one fucking chance at living life. You know what I'm saying? You drop the fucking ball You know what I mean? It's a wrap. It's over, man. You know what I mean? There ain't no do-overs. It's a done deal. You know what I'm saying? Just to, that shit is played out. Motherfuckers think that, I'm gonna hold my mud just so I can be looked at as a good dude, and okay, all right, you know what I mean? That's cool, but you might be famous right now, but 5 years down the line, they're gonna forget about you, man. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be stuck somewhere in Pelican Bay or Corcoran somewhere, and you're gonna be kicking yourself in the ass, man. Like, the fuck, man. You know what I'm saying? This shit, this shit ain't what it used to be, for one. And man, I should have took that fucking ride when I had a chance. You know what I'm saying? People can say what they want, man. People can say, about these dudes that cooperate, that they ain't got no honor, there's no integrity. Shit, man.
Right.
Until you've been in those situations, man, like I've said 1,000 times, it's your life hanging in the balance. You can't even speak on it. So
Right.
I laugh, man, when I hear people talk about it. I'd have held my mud. You know what I mean? I'm a real one, and
Right.
fucking don't know what
Famous,
real is, man. You know what I
famous
mean?
last words.
You
Famous last
still
words.
gotta, you motherfuckers, you got double numbers. AM 55556 number. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I was I was actually looking at that the other day. I was looking up somebody, and shit, I went dark. I was looking up somebody, and yeah, they had like a number like that. It was crazy. Um, and I'll just to piggyback off of that. Um, I'm I'm not casting judgment on anybody for any moves that they're making. Um, I'm not in those shoes. I'm not in prison. I'm not politicking. What other people do with their lives is really their business. You know what I mean? And so I'm not tripping off that, and I'm not going to be the go-to for the day by day or week by week updates on this case. Right? That's what I'm not gonna do. Um, the only thing that I've commented on, and 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 I've continued to comment on it because a people ask, and also I just felt like it needed to be clear. But I've been kind of reserved in what all I say for various reasons.
You're looking out,
Is
Miguel.
yeah, is the fact that that up until this point, Chuco's not telling. That's really that's been my thing, and then needing to kind of show you guys how I know that for just my own credibility. As you guys know, I don't come out and say stuff super absolute matter of fact and then be shown to be wrong. Right? That hasn't happened yet. I'm not saying it never will happen, but it hasn't happened so far. I make mistakes, yeah, but I don't come out to all that other stuff. So, anyways, I would just say Chuco has up until this point not cooperated. So whatever he's deemed for by whoever he's deemed by is not have to do with him flipping in this case or debriefing. Um, and then I had some questions about how that would play out. That's why I asked Boxer if he wanted to have a conversation. But I'm not going to be giving updates all the time. It doesn't mean I know everything about the case. I know some stuff. I'll continue to know some stuff. I do legal work, man. You guys can put two and two together. I've done defense work on RICO indictments in the past, and that will continue. But that doesn't mean it's my place to get on here and talk about everything. And if and when people do start flipping, I'm not gonna be on here confirming shit like that. I've just stepped in because of the accusations made about Chuco and it not being true. But I'm not here to confirm and deny everybody doing everything as time moves forward. Like Boxer says, let these dudes fight their cases.
Let me just say this real quick, J boy. Yeah, I met him in passing, man. Real quick. I'll just be straight up with you guys though, man. Um, if I was speaking out of personal feelings, uh, if I would allow my personal feelings to be a part of this, um, I wouldn't have nothing good to say about Chuko. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't do me no justice when uh, he put his nose in my situation. You know what I mean? He was one of the individuals that was involved with this little fucking fruitcake homeboy Lencho. So you know what I mean? If I allow my personal feelings to be involved, I'd be like, yeah, that bitch is telling. You know what I'm saying? He's fucking. He's telling on everybody, man. So it's not about Chuko. I give a fuck about that dude. Put me and him in a room alone together, see what happens. That's real talk, man. You know what I'm saying? I give a fuck about him as an individual. It's just the principle of me being in the situation that he's in right now. It could be any one of them dudes, not just him. Um, and knowing how I feel or how I felt when I was in that situation, and it wasn't true at that time, man. You know what I mean? No. So that's I just want to say that I don't know him personally like that. We've never worked together like that. You know what I mean? When I was over there in the county jail and he was part of my situation, I seen his letters. The homies were shooting his letters, and he's easily manipulated, man, because he was at first he was behind me. You know what I mean? And all it took was for somebody to spin something up, and then he fucking he rolled with that shit, and that's what ended up happening. So he was the one that pulled the trigger, man. For those of you that care to know, you know, he's the one that gave him the wayward phone and the fucking the channel changer. You know what I mean? But man, yeah, it is what it is, man.
Yep.
Karma? Yeah, it's a little bit of karma. Hell yeah. If I could, yeah, like I said, if I could be in a room alone with them, I tell them how you like it, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I would, man. Oh, feels good, huh? You know what I'm saying? Like, chew on that for a minute, man. That's what I would tell them. So yeah, maybe it is some of it is karma. You know what I mean? You get what you fucking you reap what you sow, man. But we'll see what happens.
Yep. Yep. The only way to avoid all this is to avoid all this. That's it. Uh, this every year that passes by, there's more and more proof that this is a
Yeah.
no-win lifestyle, man.
Yeah, let's see how he navigates through this, man. You know,
We shall see.
Box was Sammy Luna part of these new indictments too? Sammy Luna, I don't think Sammy Luna. You know what? I can't be. I'm not 100% sure right now. I know he was part of the ones that I was going through in 2004 2005. Probably though, probably is, man. Can you write Chuko a letter? Ask him. I wouldn't waste my time on that boy, man.
He said, shoot him a letter.
Yeah. He sympathized with the state though, right, Box? Yeah, almost. Yeah, he did. He is the state.
Hmm.
No, why the Fed carnales are slammed down? What's your opinion? Shit, that's a good question, man. That's a good question. I don't know everything that's involved right now in the feds. Everything that's going on. Some of it might have something to do with the case. You can believe that. There might be some correlations there. Somehow, some way, it might be tied in, man. Um, it might be something that's just going on in the feds in federal prison. I don't know. New book almost ready. Shit, man, it's gonna be a boy. My days ain't long enough, man. I swear to God, man. I pulled an all nighter the last 2 nights, man. Again, I sleep standing up. You guys don't believe me, man. I'm telling you. Oh, I'm trying to find some time to do that shit, but putting out content and trying to find the time to write that motherfucking book is just it's time consuming, man. You know what I mean? I'll get it done though. I get it done, man. Believe that. On another note, I got a profile coming out within probably the next 2 or 3 days. It's a good one, man. Oh, it's a good one. And then we're doing a Q&A, and also Jerry, knowing Jerry's coming back, it'll be this week. You know what I mean? He's going through some of his own personal issues, man. Other than that, there was something else working out for you guys, man. Profile. I don't know. I'll probably do a live later on though. Probably do a live later on just to show my mug, man. You know what I mean? Maybe Sandman. Slide through with Sandman. For all Sandman fans out there. They keep asking about him.
Right. Nah, he's been missing in action, man. Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah.
But he answers when I text, so he ain't dead.
Nah, he's doing his thing, man. He's been doing a lot of editing, man. And then we're working on some other shit, trying to get that other. I let that other channel go dormant for a couple months now, man. Yeah. So we've been working on that. For those of you that are subscribed to the other channel, you can see, man, that there's been a lot of work that's been being put into it lately. I want to do something with that channel, man. It's just sitting there.
Yeah, that's a struggle. I started the second channel and it has not been as easy, so to speak, as I thought it would be,
Yeah.
And so, it takes extra work.
Boxer says he never sleeps and always going live from the baño. Something's trippy. Yeah, man. The calls from behind the walls are fucking savage. Inner demons. Yeah, man. The calls from behind the wall. There's I tapped into some good Africanos that have some good stories, man. Oh, and there's a bunch more that I've been working on. There's one that you guys have probably heard that if you listen to him, Romeo, and then there's another one. Fuck's his name? Get a Boy. They got some good stories, man. They've been through some shit. One of them been down, I think, 28 years or something like that. Boxer has nice feet. Come on. What?
Fast as motherfucking Dave.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead and say it, motherfucker. You want to say it.
Hey, we said every time I train new drivers, I play your ebook and they love it. That's dope. I need to write a book so that I can have an ebook.
Yeah, you do, man. Write about the little red fish in the sea, in the big blue sea, man.
I will.
Tupac, what's up, man? Sam Romero. How's Gizmo and Blue after the fort? Man, I had to give Gizmo some fucking Benadryl. That little motherfucker tripping, man.
Blue was good. I mean, our fourth was low key, but Blue's curled up in his couch right now, chilling. He has some rice and some hamburger meat, some raw hamburger meat and some eggs. He's a happy camper.
Cesar Novas. Navas. Cesar Navas. Nah, it's not clicking, homie.
Excuse me.
That's right, Lieutenant Dan.
Well, do you care to share what that profile's about, or are you gonna keep it top secret till you drop it?
No, I don't care. It's about there's actually a couple homicides that happened in the Santa Clara County Jail. One of them I was implicated in. I'm gonna talk. That's not the one I'm working on now. I'm gonna get into that one next. I've talked about it before, but I'm gonna get into the details of everything that happened. I'm just trying to keep it basic, man. So you know what I mean. I don't create no problems for myself, man. There's another one that happened. I think it was in 2007, and it was basically it was a crew of some Southsiders that were at a Mountain View. They called them they were known on the streets. They went on a crime spree. They went on a crime spree. Yeah, they went on a crime spree, and basically they were known as a certain name. I'm not gonna put it out there. And then one of them flipped, and that's what happened. You know what I mean? And it was in a bad situation, man. So I'll leave it at that. I got the details. It's a good case, man. I mean, a good profile. It's crazy, but there's two other ones that I'm going to be doing. There's one I'm also going to be doing. It's on Leo Cano, and he was a NF member. He passed away now. Rest in peace to the homie, man. He was in the county jail back in 92 when those indictments when they were taking place back then, when Jerry and all those guys were there, Silencio. And basically what he did was he was just a hermano that was there in the jail. He got a green light on an individual named Gabriel Coronado from Fresno, Reaper. And he befriended him. And while Reaper was on the phone, he got the green light on him. He walked up behind him and hit him with an RB. But he hit him good, man. He cut his throat from ear to ear, gave him a fucking Kool-Aid smile. And he ended up getting pulled in those indictments because of that. And this dude Reaper, supposedly he carried a little weight within the Fresno car. He was out in San Jose fighting the case. But on his way to the hospital, he ended up giving a long statement. And the next morning, Leo found out what that statement was about. He got him indicted. So I'm gonna talk about that case, how it played out, who was involved, how it happened. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Nobody has touched on. It's the one that nobody has touched on as of right now. So if somebody touches on it by next week, I'll be real pissed off, man. I'll be honest, because I don't steal content, man.
Yeah, I try to. It's a hard balance, man, and I'm not going to complain about being a content creator because it's a privilege actually that's afforded by the subscribers. It's afforded by you guys, and so so it's not a complaint, but it is. It could be a challenge sometimes, I think, and I wonder if you feel the same thing of wanting to let people know what you have coming up, but then also for those inquiring about the Feds, the DG situations preventing them from being housed. Interesting. I work at FCI Berlin.
Hey, good looking out, Red Local.
Yeah, it's a balance between saying, hey, this is what I have coming up, or this is what I'm working on, to keep people informed, but then also not wanting to provide a whole, blueprint, so to speak, right? Because the cool part is, if you say, hey, I'm going to do a spiel on ABC, and then somebody does a spiel on ABC tomorrow, and then you drop one the next day, now you're copying their, you know what I mean? Like, it gets goofy.
Yeah.
But I mean, first world problems, but.
You got, I mean, man, I'll be honest with you, man. You got, motherfuckers are desperate for content, man. Some content creators. I mean, you can only talk about so much. And, at some point, like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? How in the fuck have you been around all this shit? Like, you know what I mean? At some point, it just turns into just a bunch of fabrication and stolen stories, or motherfuckers put themselves in places that they haven't been, or I see it all the time, man. It's crazy, man. You know, but I mean, if you're putting out a lot of content, goddamn, at one point you go run out of fucking shit to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Now I got 30 years, almost 30 years of shit that I can talk about. So I'm well. I don't need to steal content or go see what he's talking about, or go see what he's talking about. I stay in my little world, man, and do my thing.
Bubble up. Yeah. Yeah, I got some legal cases I'm wanting to unpack. Oh, people talking about NF1 and NF2. That's funny, man. I'm gonna get with you soon. Not about NF1 and NF2, but I'm hearing some stuff about the very early days in prison, and I'll say, man, it's interesting. But I'm not ready to.
What do you mean?
Just interesting stuff about what groups were called, specific around the MA and the NF, right? In terms of where different names came from, and there being some court documents and some old FBI reports that are declassified and stuff. I haven't seen the documents myself. I don't have them, but I'm hearing about them, and I'll admit, bro, it sounds kind of interesting. I'm not going to go into a detail here on a public platform, because I'll talk to you privately first. I don't have enough weight behind it to want to throw it out there to the world. But it's shit that I never heard before. You might have heard it, but it's shit I never heard before. And so, I think it's interesting. I'm also, shockingly to some, since Mundo's name keeps coming up, I'm hearing that a lot of stuff that Mundo has said is not accurate.
That's true, red and gold. Yeah.
I'm hearing he got a lot of shit wrong, man, and that his short-lived career did not make him privy to quite as much stuff as he says that it did. But again, working on getting the paperwork to support it. Bilo Telemundo. That's a good one. But
Danny McDonald.
What's going on? Madden said he's boring too. Thesis Babas. I'm that's in line with what I'm hearing. But yeah, man, some even more backstory to that shit. I've heard that before, but the way it's been presented lately is interesting. And so, yeah, we'll see. We will see. Oh, you know what somebody asked me the other day, Box? Is when did the NF institute the whole blood in, blood out thing. Was that Death Row Joe that did that?
He was a part. He was a part of it. He was a part of it. It was that was what's his name? Uh, Black Bob. Black Bob when they restructured the leadership, basically when it went from a prison gang to an organization, and he had it restructured under a paramilitary structure, and they adopted that blood in, blood out concept. Death Row Joe. It was around. It was his era. I don't know if it was him personally that instituted it. I think it was more. It was more Black Bob and some other C's, man.
So that would have been like in the 70s then. That would have been like early 70s.
Yeah.
Okay.
And although they might not have been using that terminology, they
right.
they adopted the concept. It was still the same thing.
Okay.
They could have, you know what I mean? I don't know if they were using the words blood in, blood out, but they had adopted the concept.
Gotcha. Okay. Appreciate that. Yeah, somebody asked me, and I told him I was pretty sure that it had something to do with Death Row Joe's era, and I remember hearing that he had played a role in restructuring the Constitution and all that stuff. You know, so
Death Row Joe was the first one that authored the Constitution.
There you go. Yeah,
he was the first one that drafted it up. And then it was revised and it was flipped. I somebody asked about Death Row Joe if he's been writing a book. Death Row Joe is in the WITSEC program. He's been there. He's in the federal WITSEC program. He's been trying to write a book, but he can't get the motherfucker out. They won't let him get it out. I talked to somebody that was over there, housed with him. Used to play basketball with the dude. Used to break bread with him and talk to him on a daily, man. And he's written a book that he's had written for years, man, and he's tried to get it out, but they won't let him get it out. Why? I don't know. But
I would guess, I don't know how this shit works, but I would guess getting it out under somebody else's name, like, I don't know, because are the feds trying to pretend like he's dead or something? You know what I mean? Like if
I don't think it's that. I mean,
like you could hide him,
huh?
They could hide him still and get the book out at the same time. I would imagine, Yeah. I wonder if they got other reasons for stopping.
I don't know. I don't know if it's got something to do with him being in WITSEC. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's because they have other reasons why they don't want the book out, which I think doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You know what I mean? He's gonna put his truth out regardless, man. But he's in the WITSEC program. He's supposed to be tucked away somewhere, man. So I don't know. That's just what that individual told me. He was like, homeboy wrote a book. He's been trying to get it out, but they won't let him get it out. I imagine at some point he'll find a way to get the motherfucker out, man, if he's really trying to get it out. You know what I mean?
But see, I think, and it's just like from shit I see on TV, but I think the feds have a large degree of control over people that are in the WITSEC program, in the sense of if you don't play by their rules, they can pull you. They can pull their support, pull you from the program, right? Like that's why they say, oh, you can't talk to families, you can't do this, you can't do that. Like you can't put yourself on Front Street when we're footing the bill for you to live this anonymous lifestyle. I wonder if they got the same leverage in terms of shit like that. Like, but you ain't got no First Amendment rights or rights to publish anything. You can do it, but then we're gonna pull back. That'd be a hell of a leverage point. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's all guessing. Who knows? Uh, who knows? The book comes out, I read it. You know,
You gonna read it?
Yeah, I'd read it.
That book Copas was writing was it was coming out all right, man. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know why he stopped writing it. I mean, people. Well, I kind of do, man. You know, writing a book it's a huge undertaking, man. It's not a fucking easy task, man. You know what I mean? It took me 5 years to write mine. It's a lot of work. You know what I mean? Especially if you want your book to come out a certain way, man. I mean, it's a reflection of you, but it's a lot of work. Editing, you know what I mean, creating a good storyline, keeping people interested in then the content you're speaking to, you know what I mean? I wanted my book the way that I wrote it, I wanted not just people that were a part of that lifestyle to be able to relate to it, but I wanted the average citizen that doesn't know shit about the NF to be able to read it on a level and be able to understand it. You know what I mean? Putting them in the moment, man. That was my whole purpose. I think I was able to capture some of that.
Yeah. No, I would agree. I would agree. Thesis Babas, those are good. You got some good comments, man. Some good points. I've been catching a few of them. I mean, that makes sense, right? Um, he said my mom read into the book. Oh, read Boxer's book and tripped the fuck out. I didn't know anything about Copas's book. I never heard he was writing. This is the first I heard of it, and apparently
You didn't hear it when I read it.
No, when did you read it?
It's on my channel, boy.
I'm sure it is, but like, how many years ago was this?
Not too long ago, homie. It was fuck. I want to say within last 6 to 8 months, man.
Huh. Well, I mean, I started my channel less than a year ago. I'm gonna have to go back and look. What the hell's the name of the book?
Hold on, I'll tell you right now.
I'm gonna make a note of this right now.
No, it's not in print. He started to write it and he stopped. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I mean to find it on your playlist though, I mean.
Oh yeah, let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Thinking about doing it, but I would have had to fucking book. I let corny people. Fuck is the name of that book, man?
Let me see. I'm surprised somebody hasn't commented with the name of it. They're normally faster than anybody else.
I think it's just up under, just like Copa's fucking Copa's book. Let me see.
Come on, Wetta's World, Goyo, you guys are slipping. What's
man? 6 months ago, Wetta's World.
Yeah, what's the name of it?
Let me see. The brand.
The book is called Hell Have No Fury Like a Woman Scorned.
Nah, it's something like
Welcome to the Shoe.
Hold up. You know what? I think I got my shit right here.
I know the name, The Kid Young Mess. That's about Manos from Sakura. Real eyes, real lies, real lies. What?
There you go.
That's a hell of a name. That might be the name of my book.
You got the funnies, huh?
Thesis, theis. It's like thesis and Thessalonian. Thea, theesis. Theis. Fuck you pronounce that? That's a rough one. Rise and fall in nuestra familia, but fast ass Dave. Yeah, I'm trying to let Boxer catch up, bro. That's what it is.
What happened? On what?
The
There you
mustache.
go. Hector Copas, welcome to the shoe. I think this
Oh,
is it
somebody
right
said
there.
that.
I think this is it right here.
Are you listening to the ads? Ooh, yeah, welcome to the shoe.
Hold on, here it is right here. So
Thank you, thank you.
can you see?
Scoot it the other way to the right. Yep, yep. Scoot it to the right. You're right. Yeah, I see it. Hector Copas, welcome to the shoe.
But that's not the name of it. Hold on. So the name of it is.
Oh, they
'Cause I
say on
just-
the playlist it's just called NF.
Yeah, no. So the name of it is.
Mahout life.
Fuck, man.
That's all right. I'll find it.
No, the name of it is One Man's Experience from Within the Bowels of Hell. It's called Species of a Lesser God.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty well written on. See, I screenshotted it.
Okay,
You see
okay,
that?
okay. Yeah.
So you
Oh,
look
yeah.
for it. When you look for it, go through the videos and look around 5 months ago.
All right.
5 months ago, it's those videos right around there. Educational NF sanction. It was right before I released that video on the county jail, that so-called pegada that happened in fucking Santa Clara County Jail.
Right. With that stabbing that didn't hurt.
Right. So
Yeah,
that's the very next video. You can see that's the
Okay.
very next video after the Copas video.
Gotcha. All right.
But check it out though. It's
I will.
pretty well written, bro. Copas ain't no dummy, man.
That's what
Copas
I've always heard.
Huh?
So that's what I always heard.
Well, he's one of the three that helped draft up the NR. It was Copas, Corny, and Brown Bob. So he's not.
Hey, how did the other dude get brought up in it? Ricardo London.
How did he get brought up?
It got wrapped into the creation of the NR or the creation of the bonds or some integral role. What's up, Cricket from Chronicles?
I got something dropping on that too, man. That's another. Project that I talk about him in there, bro. But I talk more about what's his name, Paulo. A name that's not mentioned too much, man. People don't mention some of these names. That's like I got like 20 fucking profiles. He's like, that's probably like 15 down the line, man. So it's coming, but
that's right. I'll be here. Yeah, I got shit. Even just looking at the tabs I got open on my laptop, I got about 3 spills that are all.
That's right, Chronicles. Done. Who is that, man? Is that Cricket?
Yeah, that's Cricket from Chronicles from Arizona.
What's up, Cricket? Yeah, for those of you guys that don't know, I was doing a podcast with Cricket. We actually we broke bread. Yeah. we started to do a podcast together. I mean, I sat there with that cat. We drank Pisto together, bro. We kicked it.
Yes,
You know what I'm talking about, Cricket.
I like that dude. I've seen a lot of his lives lately. I like his lives.
Yeah, he's a good dude, sharp dude, man.
Yeah, him and his wife are doing all kinds of good stuff for folks out there.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, he's dope. Well, Mr. Box.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna knock out this Inner Demons, and then I'm gonna try to get this profile done, man.
All right.
But I appreciate you, man, reaching out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Again, man, you know, we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens. I'm taking a back seat with the rest of you, man. You know, I let other people talk about that stuff. I got other stuff I'm talking about, you know.
Right.
We'll see what happens though.
Sure.
I don't know what you're doing this week. I don't know if exactly when Jerry's what day he's gonna want to jump back on, man. But if you're not doing that, you know you're always welcome, bro, to jump on.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll let me see. I'll pick up the kids today, and then I have them through the weekend and next week. But that don't, you know, I can still hop on. It's just a matter of whatever else is going on. So yeah, hopefully.
That's right, Madden football. I appreciate
you, bro, and I appreciate your feedback and helping me kind of think through some of the what ifs, or like, does this even make sense type stuff on terms of the process and the mindset of folks at that level. And so
most definitely
appreciate that.
I got you, Jay. I got you, man. I know I should have done Baki a long time ago. I got a lot of history with that dude. I mean, a lot of history outside of prison. You know what I mean? We did a lot of shit together, man. I'm gonna drop something on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway,
hey, did you catch my have you catch some of my writer spills lately?
You what?
I dropped one yesterday, bro. When you're bored, check it out. It's some of the funniest shit you'd have heard. This cat, he's a northern rider / outlaw motorcycle club member ×5, and an informant, and he got popped by the feds in Nevada. He just got sentenced last week. That's when it crossed my radar. But turns out he was in the county jail recruiting other people to join the riders, and he actually told the sheriffs, "I am Snoop's disciple. I'm certified." So that's the title of the video. I'm Snoop's disciple. And the timing of it is hilarious because I just did a profile on Snoop like a week ago, maybe. And then here comes this other dude. I was like, oh my God, bro. But I got his court paperwork, his federal sentencing memorandums, everything. It's only like 20-something minutes, bro, but it's some comedy.
Yeah.
You get a kick out of it. It's got some biker gangs, some murders.
Yeah, he did too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, we went to his hood, man.
Okay.
We jumped out on about 30 cats, bro.
Yeah, I bet you did.
You know what I mean? Yeah, we kicked it, man. We kicked it, bro.
What would have been better is before you got your head tatted, if you guys were out there together just walking around, you'd have had all kinds of eyebrows going.
Shit, we wasn't tripping, man. It was all good, bro. I had a bunch of alcohol in me too, man. Shit, boy.
All right, guys. No horchata was spilled that day, he said.
Yo, nah, I got my motherfucking nachos too, boy. Shadow Pit. Hey, I'll probably come on later on tonight. You guys tap in, man. We'll see what's up, man. Now Inner Demons will be dropping in a little bit. But I appreciate you
Sounds
guys,
good.
man. It was 300 cats in there. Damn, they like watching you, Josh.
That's dope for mid-afternoon.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw your
so,
rider post. The bikers in the north, they rep the north. You did something on bikers,
yeah.
Nathaniel
No,
bikers.
no, bikers up north do not generally represent the north there. That's two different cultures.
You
But
should have
that
talked about most wanted.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm talking to some people still. I stayed. Remember, we were talking about it, and I stayed away from it because I still got some I's to dot and T's to cross before I actually put it out there. Um, but I'm having, I'm still talking to some people, and if I can feel comfortable that what I'm saying is facts, then
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna drop something. Um, might might put your boy Speedy on blast, but
Mm-hmm.
all right, you
So,
guys,
all right,
lots
man.
love and respect up and down the line. Thank you for your time, and
Hell yeah.
yeah, we'll both be dropping later on today.
Yeah, appreciate you guys' support, man.
Off top.
All right, man. I'm out, man.
All right, bro.